Ladies and gentlemen, we're Vox and Vistas. Thanks for spending some time with us. Yes, I got the announcer voice. I
The
will mock
announcer
myself.
voice.
I will
I will
mock
mock you as
myself.
well. Yes, so if you're hiring anything for, I don't know, sporting events or anything else, we have studios as well as an announcer. But I shouldn't be saying too much since I have the reading a Harley Quinn novel in the middle of the night with a glass of wine next to the fireplace. So I guess I shouldn't throw stones in this house.
Well, so a lot of people ask us, so we've been doing this for just a fairly brief time. They're asking us, hey, why did we start Vox and Vistas? I'll give kind of my story. I'll let Christian talk about hers. By the way, my name's Richard, and I'm just a software guy. So I've had multiple businesses in the software industry over the years, and that's been my career. But recently, with the new business that I'm starting out, I had to start doing social media and videos and stuff like that. I needed to start finding ways to communicate with more people more broadly and stop saying the same thing over and over again in person. And so just from a hey, what does my software package do? How do I present this to people? What do I need to include in things? I can then modulate that over time, put it on video, put it onto a YouTube channel, and then allow people to come back with more specific questions. So why did we start Vox and Vistas? It really started first as, hey man, I need to start doing all this social media and YouTube junk. How do I do it? And from Christian's perspective, is she knew how to do a lot of this stuff. I didn't. And so we've worked together for a really long time. And so I just said, oh man, I got to do this stuff. And she said, oh yeah, I know how to do some of that stuff. And then what else did you say?
I do love the opening the floor. I feel like I'm on debut, like I don't know, it's my quinceañera or something. But for me, honestly, I wanted to do this. I actually looked into doing a D&D podcast. I am a dungeon master. I have a specific history-based campaign. I watch a lot of Dimension 20 or Critical Role, just like many of us do. And I saw a space for historically moderately accurate, think the great accurate level podcast. But whenever I went into different studios or whenever I was starting to look into it, it all felt really intimidating. And it became like many of us have for me, just another one of those aspirations that kind of get left in the back of your mind. And so when Richard talked about what he wanted to do with this space and we started to become more aligned, it felt like it was an opportunity to break a lot of barriers, not just for others, but really for myself.
Because when we first started talking about why focus on making the space an accessible space, so it really came down to three things. One is, how do we set up the equipment? What equipment do we actually need? The second part is, how do we set up all of the lighting, and how do we get the storytelling aspect of it right? The third part of it is, when you walk into some of these other studios, yeah, they're beautiful, they're amazing. It's just like, it's totally like Hollywood. It makes me think I'm on a movie set or something. But that's not what I needed. And so when we looked at making the space accessible, making the space configurable, it all of a sudden made a lot of sense, where people saw some of the videos that we'd produced and they said, "Hey, look, that's really cool. You've made that so that you can do a bunch of different things with it." And what Christian was thinking about was, well, hey, look, we can really make a configurable space and allow people to alter things, change things, whether it's the lighting. We've got multiple different rooms that people can choose from.
And come in and
Yeah.
ask questions. Not only is it, to quote, Hollywoodified, it's very sterile when you go into a lot of existing
Mm-hmm.
studios, and that can be extremely intimidating. It was for me. I have a small background in things myself, but I just felt like, oh, I need to be far more prepared for this. I need to have a lot more ability to use this equipment, and nobody really wanted to help. And it was expensive on top of that. So not only was I walking into an expensive space, but I had to ask questions to people who didn't answer me. And so the idea of really helping folks take those dreams and turn them into a reality, not just for myself or for yourself, but for everyone who wants to come, just feels like this is that time. This is that space. This is that era where regardless of if you have a hobby or if you have some unique thing about you that you feel that there's others that would really enjoy listening to it, or if you are, for example, someone I've met recently who's a realtor trying to demystify first-time home buying because it's easy to be taken advantage of. This is a space to really look into that, which is why right now we are offering free sessions to folks to come in and give us feedback, not just for ourselves, but also for the space itself. This is meant to be almost more of a community based. It's meant to be a reflection of you, as well as myself, as well as Richard.
One of the big things that I was having struggles with is because chances are, if you're watching this, we were exactly like you were. Certainly, I was exactly like you. Like, where do I start? How do I do it? What do I need to do? Oh my God, it's so complicated. I went into some of the local podcast studios that are already in existence, and it was it was just frankly intimidating, and I didn't know the lingo. I didn't understand. It wasn't something that they could walk me through. They expected you to walk in understanding what you wanted, what you needed, how you wanted to do it in very technical terms, and then execute and then get the hell out. I think that we've got something different here. One, we'll give you an opportunity to come in and take a look at the space, and we'll be offering some free sessions right now so that you can come in and understand it. More importantly, we're going to learn from you because I know what I wanted to do, but what I wanted to do was just very technically oriented. It was very just blah, blah, blah. And what you want to do, maybe from a storytelling perspective, is going to be different. So we want to make sure that we understand what it is that you guys want and that you understand the things that we can provide for you guys.
Which, with that level of ease of access, with that level of tearing down those barriers, a barrier for a lot of folks, including myself, is location. And so being conveniently located in Cedar Park, we're what, 5-10 minutes away from the convention center, the HEB
Yeah,
Convention Center.
HEB Center.
We're 15-20 minutes away from the Domain on a good traffic
It depends
day.
on what Parmer's doing.
I was going to say, Parmer can be a little bit of a minx at times,
Hey, they're going to add
but
some more lanes.
if she's being a bit more on the gracious side, then you can get there. We'll say 20-25 minutes, but we're fairly close and fairly convenient. Parking is easy, and that's just one less thing to have to worry about. We're near a bunch of daycares for folks who want to come in and drop their kids off. Just again, making this a seamless type of experience is more than just who we are, and it's also about where we are.
Yeah, there's just not a lot up on the north side of Austin. So there are a few places, and respect to all of them. But I think that we've got a good location. We are not that far away from a lot of the major stuff. And hey, what can I say? Free parking. And so Cedar Park's pretty centrally located, whether you're coming from Leander, Round Rock, or even coming up from Austin, or just don't want to fight the traffic to get down there. One of the questions that we get asked a lot is why Vox and Vistas?
So Vox is voice and Vistas is the view. And so it just seamlessly came together for video podcasting of your voice, your vision. What do you have to say, and what perspective are you bringing to this space? It is that genuine, cheesy side that I bring to the table of, I want to know, what is it about you that's special, and what are you going to share? Are you going to share something new about a space that's existing? Or are you going to show us your bottle cap collection? Because either way, I want to see it and I want to hear from you.
She's so elegant when she says that. I mean, it really. I'm really not that complicated. I'm just like she's the Vistas. She's got the vision for everything. I got the voice. I can talk real fast. I got a mission, get in and out. And so Vox and Vistas, the voice, your vision. She's got the vision. I'll have the voice. And at the end of the day, we want you to share your voice, your vision, and utilize the space to make it possible so that you're not intimidated, you're not frustrated. Just come on in, just get in here, and let's make some cool stuff together. Let's talk a little bit about how we can help people. So I know you've got some thoughts on how to help folks.
So it comes down to what your need is, but some of the things that we've already been discussing is, once again, a customizable set. These here are, we can take this down, we can put it back up, we can make this catered to you. When we have these walls here behind us with the wood walls, we can actually add screws and move things around. We can make it to where the space is reflection of you. When you're trying to build an identity in a space like this, going into something that's sterile is not going to be representative of you, and we need to keep that in mind. We also are talking about the future of classes, of gatherings, of community. We're talking about how we can make this space something that you can come to and also do your editing. Not only do we have the different studios, but we'll have desks where if you wanted to come here and have people nearby, even just to tap us on the shoulder and say, look how cool this is, because I know I'd be really excited to see it.
In terms of the space, we have two functioning podcast studios. One that's designed for around, you can fit 2 to 3 people in here, maybe maximum 4 if you really like one another and everybody took a shower. The larger one, which used to be just a standard conference room, we've got that set up for anywhere from 5 to 10 people. And so we do have the ability, again, to make it configurable so that you can have, say, large group settings or have a conference or have like a conference table type setting. We also have multiple different workstations that you'll be able to utilize. So what our vision, if you will, no pun intended, is that hey, you can come in here, you can do your recording, you can do your videoing and everything that you need to do. Once you've completed all of your videoing, then you can go and grab one of the workspaces and sit down and start knocking out the editing. You'll be able to also ask some questions, because here's the big thing about why we're passionate about doing this. I knew nothing. I was like you. You also need some help in order to bring all of these things together to create your voice, your vision. We want to help you do that, and we think this is a great space for you to do it. And we're also going to be learning from you guys as well.
And the best part about that is that it's going to be an environment that you want to come to, you want to come back to, give your feedback to. We're here to listen, and we're here using the space along with you. Richard is using this for different marketing opportunities for other businesses, as well as obviously for Vox and Vista. And I'm looking into finally starting my D&D podcast, or another one that I've been having in the back of my mind, the idea of being able to tear down those barriers. I might be the person editing and turning around and going, ooh, do you want to see what this is? So it's one of those things that I'm really looking forward to seeing who comes in and what they're bringing, and just the new voices and the new visions that are coming through.
So come on down. We're Vox and Vistas. We're here to help. We've got the technology. We might have some techniques that are going to help you. But at the end of the day, if you don't start and you don't try, you're never going to do it. So come on down, visit with us. We'll help you do it. Your voice, your vision. Thanks for the time, guys.